Minecraft 1.14 has brought a lot of changes to the current village system, adding biome-specific architecture, new professions, new blocks, and more. One thing, however, that seems to be missing from the update is the addition of villages in jungle biomes. We've already got textures for villagers who spawn in jungle, so all we need now is a place for them to call home. That being said, my name is System Z, and today we're checking out my concept for jungle villages in Minecraft 1.14. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and turning on the notifications for more building videos, as well as live streams every weekday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to my jungle village concept in Minecraft 1.14. This is a build that has taken me quite some time to put together. Not that building a jungle village is difficult or anything, it just requires a lot of planning and some very interesting building techniques. Now, while this is a cool concept, you're also going to learn some really cool building techniques in this video, so make sure to stick around and let me know what your favorite is in the comments below. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the jungle village located right here near this little pond. I think this looks fantastic, and I honestly didn't want to stop. I really wanted to continue this all around, build bridges across the water, and have it going all the way around. But honestly, it looks pretty good how it is, and I had to kind of slow myself down there. But as you can see, we've got a good set of village houses here, all very basic, but definitely fitting for the biome. Let's go ahead and check this out. The first thing here is a nice fishing dock. Now, I'm going to go a little bit more into the details of the villages and kind of the mechanics here in a moment. For now, I just want to kind of tour the build. Now, as a side note, this is something I would absolutely love to see in the game. And I don't think we'll ever really get it, but it would be fantastic. I would love it if we could get leads and use them as ropes in any different way. We could, connect two different fence posts together and have it slope to create like bridge handles, or even connect boats to it to tie them up. There's so many good things and great potential in the lead, but unfortunately we don't have them. So that's one thing we need right off the bat. But that's a little bit irrelevant to the jungle village. So as you can see, we got a lot to look at here. This is extremely exciting. But the first thing we've got here is a basic fishing house. Now, the houses in their interior aren't really special. They're all kind of the same, honestly. In this case, we've got a blast furnace and really nothing spectacular here. This is actually a weaponsmith, now that I think about it. But we do have the fisherman here. And as you can see, we've already got jungle village textures. Now, I don't know what particularly makes this a jungle, texture, but this is essentially what is loaded up when you have a villager that is bred into a jungle biome. Despite the fact that we do not actually have jungle villages in the game, they're already kind of pre-programmed, so I don't see why not. This could be, a step 2 of a halfway complete process. But this is the fisherman here. This is the second building technique in the video. Now, I guess really first, because obviously the ropes aren't really a technique I've used, but something I would like. So let's call this the first technique. This is something I would love to see. Now, in the 1.14 update, it turns out you can actually climb vines without them being connected to anything. You used to not be able to do that, but now you can. I would love to see that also work for ladders. Being able to kind of hang them down from a surface would be amazing, and I think it would look so good for building, and it would just be so useful overall. I honestly would love to see this. Now, the way I've done it here is I'm using barrier blocks, and I essentially have them placed there. Now, you can only do that in creative mode, unfortunately, and that's the only real way you can spawn in or even make barrier blocks. You cannot craft them, unfortunately, but I think this looks great. I was kind of torn between doing stairs and ladders, and even though villagers can't climb ladders technically, maybe they could for the purpose of a jungle village. Maybe that could be implemented as well, but I thought this looked a lot better. But as you can see, we kind of go around here. We got a lot to look at. Boom, right off the bat, we got Panda Farms. See, in the new villages, we do have little pig pens that store different mobs. I feel like pandas would obviously be in these types of pens, considering that is the main mob of the biomes now. So I would definitely like to see something like that. Maybe get a little bit of bamboo in there and some nice water, of course. Got to make sure that the pandas can eat and drink water. And right out the bat, we've got our first little, I guess, treetop platform, I guess. I don't really know what to call this. And we've got our first treetop house here. Now, like I said, they are all pretty much the same. This is the Librarians House. As you can see, we've got the lectern, which it looks like they've updated the model a little bit for, or at least the hitbox on it. But yeah, this is a very basic interior, nothing special. I don't imagine they would really trade much different than the other professions, so I'm not really going to focus too much on them. But as you can see, we walk around, we've got a really nice view. That's the one thing I love about this. Being able to make a home out of a village like this would be really, really cool. But let's go ahead and continue on downwards, where we've actually got something really cool. This is the second building technique that I absolutely love. You might recognize this block. Some of you may not, because I have had a couple of my friends say, "What is that magnificent block?" That, my friends, is the campfire. Turned off, though. And as you can see, there's no lag in this particular area. Now, when they're on, trust me, it's very laggy, but when they're off, it's not that bad. So I'm assuming the particles have something to do with that. But basically, turned off, it creates this really nice walkway. Now, obviously, they hurt you if you stand on them, so I would hope that if this were to become a feature that we could use them for building, that it wouldn't hurt you when in this stage. It doesn't really make sense that it would either, but this is so cool, and I think this is an absolutely amazing bridge texture. And as you can see, I've got trapdoors underneath and some slabs to kind of create that slope look, along with some signs on some barriers. This is another thing I'd like to see, is the ability to connect signs kind of in this fashion. Either that or the ability to do the rope thing, because I think that'd be really cool either way. This is a really nice looking bridge, so I definitely recommend you guys steal this idea and use it for your own builds. And if you do, send me pictures on Twitter. I'd love to see them. But let's carry on. We got a nice little melon farm here. Obviously, a jungle village farm would probably be a melon farm or a cocoa bean farm, considering that is another block or item that you find in jungles. Now, coming up here, we don't really have anything special either, but I'm still going to show you the interiors. This was a smoker, so I believe this was supposed to be kind of a butcher house, I guess, but this isn't really the butcher villager or anything like that. But we've also got barrels hidden around the place with bamboo flower pot things, and I love it. I think it looks great. It's a really good decoration. And the great thing about this ladder system is it's not too dangerous, and there's a lot of cool little things you can check out too. Well, let's go ahead and continue on with the tour. As we go down here, we've got more on in these two directions. This is really what I'm talking about with this kind of build. There's just so much to look at, and it's so spectacular. Now, honestly, there isn't really much more to show as far as unique building goes. These are all pretty much the same, as you can see, and the platforms are relatively the same as well, but I still just love the ladders and the way that you get up to them. I think that's really the fascinating part about this build, is the fact that they're all connected in different ways through bridges and ladders, and it just looks fantastic, and we don't really have anything like this currently in the game. But this is what this interior looks like. Nothing special, as you can see. We've got flower pot, and this one actually has a table, so this is technically unique from the others, but yeah, very basic still, so nothing absolutely spectacular. But as we go around, we've got pretty much the same thing over here, and they're all kind of hidden around these really cool bamboo gardens, and I think it looks fantastic. Now, this is one of my favorite features. This is kind of a playset for parrots. I think this would be cool too, and instead of seeing a well or, you know, something like that inside of a normal village, maybe this is their centerpiece or just one of those features that, you know, is pre-built. So I think this would be really cool, having parrots on top. Maybe not claimed, but maybe they at the very least spawn there, so you always know you could find some parrots going up to one of these things. So I think that'd be super cool. Now, honestly, I do not think we'll be seeing jungle villages in the game. I'm pretty sure Lady Agnes has said that they will not be adding jungle villages, but that doesn't mean they can't be inspired to do so. I mean, look at this place. It looks gorgeous, and I absolutely love walking around it. It's so fun, and this could be a great base design if, you know, nothing else. And this one actually has a balcony. I just love the view. I don't really like jungles in the game of Minecraft. Not right now anyways. There's just not really much to do in them. But this has made me fall in love with this base design. This is such a cool idea. Having different huts all attached to trees connected by bridges would be a fantastic base, honestly. You could do, you know, an enchantment room, a potion room, a storage room, all that kind of stuff with barrels all over the place. This is such a cool design, and I honestly am really sad that we don't have something like this in the game already. This would be a fantastic structure to find, and honestly, I keep saying honestly too much, don't I? Let me know how many times I say that in this video. Let me know in the comments below. But genuinely, this is probably one of my favorite structures that I have built, and I would love to see this in the game. But that is essentially it for my design. I'd love to know what you guys think below. Now, there isn't really much that would be different from this village to other villages. I mean, after all, it is still a village, but it's mainly the architecture. I think this would be really cool and offer a lot of cool, you know, possibilities to building. But anyways, guys, that is pretty much going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. And guys, I just want to apologize for the pause in videos lately. I was kind of going through a creative
you know, block, and I finally passed it, so I'm super excited to get new content out for you guys. And I did want to remind you all that I do live stream every weekday at 5 p.m. Central Time. I've been doing a lot of kind of review and discussion type live streams about snapshots and different, you know, things that I would like to see in the game, so you're definitely missing out if you're not watching the stream. So I really recommend you subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure that you never do miss them. But guys, like I said, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what your favorite feature of this video and this build were in the comments below, and that is going to do it. My name has been System Z. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.